Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. A lot of you guys have been asking me how I make my YouTube videos, so today I'm going to be bringing you guys along through my entire video making process from filming and editing, as well as sharing some tips on some things that I've learned along the way. This video is structured into timestamps as well, so as to guide you through all the different aspects of my creative process. So we're going to start with my film equipment. What I use to film is very limited and basic, but I believe that these things will instantly change your workflow and your video quality and are your absolute essentials when you're starting out video making. All the gear mentioned in this video will be linked in the description below, and I will also put some prices on screen to help you figure out whether or not this is something for you. For my camera, I use the Sony ZV-E10 with a 16-50mm kit lens. For the type of videos that I'm doing, this body and this lens, even though it's a kit lens, works absolutely amazing for me. The 16-50mm range gives me a lot of versatility. I can get those really nice wide shots, as well as those cinematic close-up shots that really characterize my video style. Prior to this camera, I used my iPhone 14 Pro. Again, just like this camera, it was really helpful with the 3 lenses for those close-ups and those wide-angle shots. I like to use a mix of those in my vlogs. I have my usual wide-angle vlog-esque kind of shots, and I mix that with some cinematic close-ups of different things. I mean, the lens that you get is up to you, but for me, having that versatility is super important. It's also very convenient that I'm not changing out my lens every single time that I want to change up the shot. Although I honestly think that using your phone is your best bet to experimenting with how you're going to film, what you like, what you don't like, and seeing if needing a camera is something essential for you. For my tripods, I have 2. One mini handheld one, which is the one my camera is on right now. I use this for going out when I'm out and about the city or when I'm outside the house. And then I have my full camera, full length tripod that I use when I'm at home. I can't emphasize how important and how helpful tripods are. I do recommend getting 2, but it just helps you get all the shots that you need. You don't have to rely on things to prop your camera or your phone up on. It's just super easy. You can set up anywhere, get all the shots that you need, and it will instantly increase your workflow and the options you have for creating your videos. Now that I'm using a camera and my videos are a lot more high quality than on my phone, having a solid state drive for me is something incredibly important, especially when it comes to the editing process. Back when I was filming on my phone, I could only film about a video at a time before having to edit it and post it. But now that I have a solid state drive, I can transfer everything on my camera. I can have up to like 3 videos ready to go, just waiting to be edited. I use the Samsung T7 Shield with 2 terabytes on it. Inside, it's organized into folders of all my different vlogs. Whilst not a complete necessity, it's been a huge help for my workflow, especially since I moved off my phone. It's been a little center of basically my vlogs that I can just easily access. I can use it on my PC, can use it on my laptop, and make sure that everything is safe in one place. Over the years that I've been filming my life, the most important thing that I stand by is the more you film, the better. Especially when you're starting out, you're still building a rough idea of how to film your videos and how you want to edit your videos. So to give you as much flexibility as possible in post, film as much as you can when you can. For me, I take lots of successive shots of the same action. So if I'm studying, I shoot like 5 shots, maybe from this part of my desk, then this, then in the back of my room, just to change things up a little. And so I can have that variety when I'm editing. I don't have to be stuck to one clip of me studying, if that makes sense. Also, make sure when you film, you're filming a clip for a minimum of 10 seconds. I call this the 10-second rule. Trust me, 10 seconds seems small, but it will be a lifesaver when you're editing in post. Sometimes you need just that little extra 2 seconds that your clip might not have. So film a little bit longer than you think you'd need. That way you have that flexibility again in post. But once you have a rough idea of how you want to film and how you want your videos to look in post, you can be a bit more efficient with how you film. And if you really want to go that step further, make a shot list detailing what you're going to shoot, and that way you can tick off everything as you're going through your day, and it's all pre-planned. You don't need to have any safety shots as backup. Everything is there written out for you. So, how do I shoot? The thing about the vlog style is that there isn't really much thought that goes into your shots. It's really just kind of the point that you're bringing viewers into your life in a very raw and realistic way that feels like you're there with them. But I love the feel of still shots and how they really slow down the pace of your video, how it kind of forces you to slow down and just appreciate those little things, because all those little things that, you know, something you'd overlook but are really so beautiful once you zoom up on them, I think are super impactful and add that cinematic touch to my videos. And yeah, I'm always looking for things to frame and zoom in on and capture. So the first thing you should do is turn on your grid on your camera and learn some framing techniques. Think of still shots as just moving photos, and that's kind of the beauty of them. So here are some of my favorite things around my house that I like to capture to bring you through what goes on through my mind when I'm looking for things for those still shots. Once I filmed everything, I transfer all my footage onto my solid state drive, and I use CapCut Pro to edit my videos. CapCut Pro, or CapCut in general really, is incredibly easy to use and accessible for beginners, and it is something I recommend for anyone wanting to get into content creation. It has some incredibly useful features like auto captions, which I do use, an entire library of transitions, effects, sound effects, music, stickers, all of which I think are so useful when making these chill vlogs, and as well as other forms of media. And trust me, you can still make some really high quality videos on CapCut. You don't need to pay hundreds of dollars for Premiere Pro or for Final Cut Pro if you don't need it, so I do recommend try CapCut. But even though I've been using CapCut Pro, I've been looking for ways to increase my editing skills by exploring DaVinci Resolve with today's sponsor, Skillshare. I've been using one of Skillshare's curated learning paths on DaVinci Resolve with Marcel Patillo. It contains 5 classes covering editing basics to animations and color grading footage, with each class being broken down into structured lessons focusing on different skills. I found it super easy to follow along with, and it has provided me with a very strong sense of the basics on DaVinci Resolve to help level up my editing. Skillshare itself is the largest online learning community for creatives, taught by industry experts with a learn by doing approach. Members are even encouraged to create and share projects after completing a class. For those looking to expand their skill set, especially in the realm of content creation, Skillshare has a range of creative classes, including lessons on digital art with Procreate, beginner graphic design on Canva, and even film and photography classes that will help you with editing and really level up your filming process. They range from beginner friendly to more advanced level stuff, so no matter where you are, there will always be a place for you to help you grow. There are especially lots of courses on how to use different editing softwares like CapCut, and even more detailed guides on how to create a successful vlogging channel, all of which I highly recommend visiting to help kickstart your content creation journey. So the first 500 people who use my link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today. After filming, I do believe editing is one of the harder things to get your head around and one of the more time-consuming things as part of your content creation process. But I do have some tips of what has worked for me, especially over the years that I've been doing content creation on YouTube. The most important aspect of your vlog is maintaining a flow and structure throughout your video. Obviously, since I film my day, I like to chronologically structure my day from morning to night on what I've been doing. I like to structure my videos into time frames throughout my day, with each time frame dedicated to a specific task that I did. That way there is a clear purpose and intention for that section of the video. So for example, 8 AM in the morning, that time frame is dedicated to my morning routine. What I do with every change in time frame throughout the day, I pop in one of those still shots, have a time pop up on screen as well, just to break up my video and show a clear change in action depending on the time of the day. I further control the pacing and flow of my video through the music that I use, fast music for, energetic and stuff that I'm doing throughout the day, and I usually use slower, more jazz-ish music at night. I pace my clips with the music itself and time it with the music, which, speaking of, I also recommend you don't use the same clip for too long. I usually stick to around 4 to 6 seconds maximum for a clip as a rule of thumb, just making sure that if you have long durations of you doing the same activity, you are filming multiple shots of the same thing just so you can keep your viewer engaged as you're changing shots over and over throughout the video. I even keep my intros too around 20 seconds or less, because that first 30 seconds of your video is incredibly important to catching any person who clicks on your video. Constant changes in scenes are important. With CapCut, the sound libraries and visual effect libraries are amazing. CapCut has an expansive library of music, sound effects, transitions, video effects, all of which you can use to enhance your video. I think audio design in your videos are equally just as important as what's happening on screen, so I like some quiet bossa nova cafe music, lots of mouse clicks, lots of pops. I also like raw audio in my videos. I don't just, mute my clips or have them really quiet and just have music throughout the whole video. I want you guys to hear things like my feet shuffling on the carpet, my door opening, the sound of my keyboard, all of these things to make it feel like you're here with me studying, here with me going about my day. For visual effects, I use like a fisheye lens effect. Unfortunately, I don't have a fisheye lens, so yeah, it is a filter. Or even that little camcorder frame border thing in the intros of my videos. You shouldn't go over the top with audio with all these effects and filters. I think having too much just detracts from the quality and how refined your video is. Even with transitions, don't just go crazy movements and all of that, even though it may look cool. Really just depends on the style you're going for. For me, I feel like the simpler the better. Simple transitions, minimal visual effects, some solid, quiet, and kind of in the background sound to make up my style. But again, keep experimenting with your editing and eventually you'll build a style of your own. Lastly, something so important that people often overlook is your posting details. I'm not just talking about thumbnails and titles, as important as they are, but even your description, things like timestamps, as well as the tags that you use. I like to keep my titles and thumbnails consistent, so you're able to recognize that this is my style and this is coming from my channel. Also helps distinguish me in a sea of thumbnails on the homepage. I use Canva to edit my thumbnails. It is a free graphic design website that is so useful and beginner friendly. My thumbnails are made up of one image, it's not cluttered with different photos of my day, big text in the background, and I do a little overlay effect so that it's kind of behind me as the subject. So yeah, your thumbnails are just as important as how you've edited your videos. You don't want something that you've edited for 2 hours to go to waste and have no one click on the homepage, so make sure you're marketing your video and doing it justice by making a good thumbnail. For other posting details, I find that using timestamps are especially useful. Timestamps are not just good for, guiding your viewers through your video, but what you title those timestamps can be used as search prompts. And for your description as well, tags are just as important. Don't go overboard on them. Stick to 8 maximum. I use 8. I honestly should be using less, but the more direct and zoned in you do your tags, the better idea the algorithm has on who to send your videos to. You really just want to think in the mind of the viewer. Would you click on that thumbnail? Would you watch this video? Is this a title that you would be searching for? Are these tags you would be searching for? I found that once I started thinking in that mentality, my videos started really to perform, and I got a better understanding of how I should be making my videos. I hope this little guide on how to make YouTube videos as well as what I do has helped you in some sort of way. I know that I do have a few of you guys in my community who are vloggers or wanting to start vlogging, so I hope that this helped you in one way or another. And honestly, just start recording, start experimenting. The best time to start is now, and eventually you build yourself up. I hope you're all doing well. I've been on a little break from YouTube recently. It's been a bit of a struggle trying to balance YouTube with school and other commitments, but I'm trying to get back into things with this video for you guys. I do have some more exciting stuff for you guys coming soon, but I will do my best to keep posting even if it's not on time. But otherwise, I wish you all the best. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. So take care. Bye bye.